Okay, so I'm looking us up on YouTube. Resting Twitch face. Okay, this is the beginning of the podcast. So wait, I got the playlist open.
Yep.
So if I hover, wait, no, don't play an episode. Oh, this is weird.
Episode
I got you
6.
Episode 6.
Yeah, if you hover over it.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, it started playing. This is a hilarious way. Yo, welcome to Resting Twitch, everyone. If you are a viewer and not a listener, if you're an audio listener, go fuck yourself. Because if you're a video viewer, go to our YouTube channel and you can hover over the thumbnails with your mouth. Go on a desktop.
Yep.
Oh, what is that?
Right?
Hold on.
Episode 6.
This is. I'm recording this.
This is episode 8. We're on episode 8. Resting Twitch face.
Oh, of course it's when you're here. You're not at Applebee's. This is a great. This is a great ad for our video listeners. Here, I can show it to you now. There it is.
Hells yeah.
How do you not listen to this podcast? How do you not watch
exactly.
this? We're just having so much fun.
That was totally planned out, and I did it on purpose. I didn't just pick a random thumbnail.
No, you did a great job. And also, this is maybe the best, not most confusing and weird intro we've ever had.
Yeah. Probably.
I love, by the way, everyone, for the listeners, I feel like I always start with a mini story about what happened directly before we started recording and throwing Quinn under the bus. But but right before we started, he was like, should we think of something to start our podcast with? And I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. That would be smart. And then he was like, oh, by the way, if you hover over a thumbnail, something funny happens. And I was like, I'm gonna look it up. And he was like, I'm gonna fucking start the podcast.
What better plan than an unplanned?
The best laid plans are unlaid plans, which sounds like a real saying, but I don't think it is. Anyway, welcome to Resting Twitch Face, everyone. Quinn, what are you drinking tonight?
Vanilla Ducky Peppy and Crown.
Vanilla Ducky Peppy and Crown. Is there... I don't believe there's an official name for that cocktail. If you'd like to come up with a name for that cocktail right now. It's called improv, Quinn. Ever fucking heard of it?
I couldn't think of anything besides mixing Dr. Pepper and Crown, and then my brain went to Dr. Cock, and I don't think that's what I want the drink to be.
Cocky and Crown.
Yeah, maybe it is Dr. Cock. I don't know. I took my tea shot today. I don't know.
Dr. Pepper with a little vanilla. Mm-hmm. There's something there. Mm-hmm. Vanilla's like a
for all our vanilla boys out there.
I'm vanilla as it gets, baby. Cis white dude. I'm vanilla as fuck with glasses.
I'm a trans. I was gonna say I'm a trans guy with glasses.
With glasses? You've got you're vanilla with a twist for sure. I'm basic ass vanilla.
No.
Well, it's like a heavy twist.
A heavy twist. That's basic with a heavy twist is what the drink should be called.
Yes.
Yeah. Basic with a heavy twist.
If vanilla just means plain, then you're probably not vanilla. Mm-hmm. But in my head, I was like, we a couple of fucking pasty ass motherfuckers.
That's true. We're vanilla in one way, not in all.
Vanilla in one way, not in all ways. I'm drinking the same thing I did last week, an absolute grapefruit Paloma. It's not my favorite.
That it should be tequila.
I know.
Absolute.
Thank you for remembering that. So, because it's not what a paloma is. I'm pretty sure paloma is probably a Spanish word or something. Because it sounds like it, paloma. Probably. But I don't know what it means. But tequila, the tequila would make it Spanish, and it should be like, what's the Russian version? Polomsky.
I will say I went to my local liquor place of buying, and
The local liquor place of buying. There's no easier way to say that sentence. You fucking nailed it. Let's move on.
Thank you. But
Sorry, I'm a little spicy today.
You had a weekend. You had a hard time today. You had a rough
We'll
day
get
today.
we go to the local liquor store place of buying. Go.
Yeah, go. But I literally saw those I hadn't seen them previously. They must have, either I missed them or since I heard you talking about them, you know, the thing of like, you know it, you see it.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
You hear a word for the first time and now it's everywhere.
Yep. I literally like stopped in the store and I popped off with my wife about like, these are not supposed to be Absolute. Because I saw them and I was gonna get them, or I think she even saw them. She was like, "Oh, pretty pink can! Like it's a pretty nice for our view. It's a pretty pink can. It's nice. It's pretty." But like I was like, "No, it's lying to you." I was like, "Grav said it's lying. It should have tequila."
Yeah, I get that it's Absolute, so they can't be tequila because Absolute is not. It's vodka. But you can't just replace the alcohol in a drink and call it its other name because you want it to be something else. No, it's different now.
It is. It's not Paloma.
It's not a Paloma. It's Polomsky. Polomskiet.
It's Palomskit.
It's
so glad
Polomskit.
we started like this.
This is great.
What are we going to talk about? What are we going to do?
We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. You led in with a thing saying that I had a day today, so now we're telling that story.
Yeah, you have to say it.
And then I was like, local liquor place of buying for Quinn buying alcohol times. Fuck me. You got me. You got me once with the fucking times. I was like, stop myself, and I was like,
doing, listeners.
Oh, there it is. That should be the YouTube thumbnail. The moving.
I will specifically not pick it if it comes up.
It's so fucking funny though. So long story short, today there's a server room in where I work where we do a bunch of live streams, and that server room is inside of another like safe room where we store high-end product. And the server room is this tiny little thing with no ceiling. It like opens up on top and you can just see the bottom of the second floor. So it's like, and then you can see in between the floors. And at work, the bottom floor's air conditioning just stopped putting out air. So we bought a bunch of little individual room-sized air conditioners for all the stream rooms so that we didn't have a bunch of sweaty streamers handling cards. And I guess we also want to keep them comfortable or whatever, but also like we got to protect the Charizards, you know what I mean? So now all those, but we can't like pump them all outside. We can't pump the hot air from the ACs outside. For those that don't know how air conditioners work, they put out cold air, but they also put out hot air because they got something science. They take the middle air and they separate it into hot and cold. Yeah. That's just science. Sorry to lose you all. I'm with my science brain. But so we've been pumping all the hot air into the straight up through these pipes things, and we just pump it to the gap between floors and just let it sit there. And we didn't know. Someone locked us out, locked from the inside the server room, and then closed the door so we couldn't get in. So we were like, oh crap, it's going to get warm in there, and we can't open the door to like air it out or whatever, and the door's locked. So I had to climb up a ladder on the other side of the wall. It's so hard to like describe this visually. There's like the server room's in the very middle, but there's more inside building around it, you know? So I climb up the ladder, move the ceiling tile over, and I can like climb up really tall and look over, and I can see into the server room. So I got a big long stick, like a 9-foot long stick, and attached like this really like crazy industrial like plastic wiggly like zip tie type of thing. It's like a twist tie. I made a loop, taped up the fucking stick, and I had to like shimmy it up into the in between space. And it was so long, I had to like shimmy it this way and then pull it down to avoid something, and then pull it in and then move it over, and then finally get it over into the room. Reach in with the stick, hook the doorknob, twist the twist tie around it so we get it stuck. Fucking push on the thing and get the doorknob to swing, and the little lock goes and pops out, and the door still doesn't open. It's broken. I don't know how. The door is broken. So we call a locksmith. And the locksmith shows up, and the first thing that this guy does is he's got like essentially like a fancy fucking wire coat hanger that he like sticks underneath the door. Honestly, right? Just like a
You
dumb
had it
version of
first.
it. And I know it's a dumb version because he's like going up through the door trying to get to the other side to like hook the thing to like go like that. And he's like, he's not getting it. He can't find it. He thinks he's got it, but it doesn't work. And I'm telling him like, hey, man, like, we did this. I did this already and it didn't work. He's like, how did you do it? I was like, well, I fucking took the ceiling tile off over there and climbed up a ladder and made this whole fucking stick, which I had already taken apart, by the way, and did the thing and got it and it didn't work. And he's like, well, let me try it. So I go back out to the warehouse and I grab the fucking stick and I attach the fucking thing to the fucking thing and we get that guy up there and he's got trouble shimmying around, so he climbs down and I climb up so I can shimmy it around so I can get into the room, and then we switch sides and he goes back up and he does the same thing and he's like, okay, I got the door open. And we're like, no, you don't, because the door doesn't open. And he's like, well, okay,
it's like
I guess
we've done this previously.
Yeah, I told you. Like, it's almost like I told you that we did this. And I'm not like, I get that you're like a professional locksmith, but I also know how a doorknob works. And if I'm telling you that I was able to twist the doorknob as a grown-ass man, fucking believe me that I did it. Like, it's really so simple.
Imagine going in and being like, okay, what have you deducted so far from the problem? And you're like, oh, I tried to open the door and it didn't work. And they were like, hold on, let me spend more time to try to verify the fact that you probably don't know that you didn't do it correctly.
Professional doorsman, so I know how doors work. And
I have to check it with my doorsman knowledge. Yeah. I have to do that first.
You're an amateur door opener. I do this professionally. I was like, motherfucker, I open doors every day to get out of my fucking apartment. I got the concept.
That was a turning doorknob.
That was a turning doorknob, but the doorknob was my pop filter on my microphone. It was probably terrible to listen to, and I apologize, but also fuck you, audio listeners. So, as we were waiting for that guy to figure out how to fucking get into the door, which we were just like, just fucking knock the door down. We have streams are about to crash. We have a bunch of expensive product in there that we also shouldn't let get hot.
We can replace the door.
We can replace the door. We don't even need the door.
That's
outside of that door is a more safe room and another fucking door with a thumb fancy lock on it. We don't need this middle door. It should never be closed.
Right. And it's also like you totally tried to open it and now it won't open, so just like knock it the fuck down.
Yeah. Just, we don't care. I do not care. So, sorry, I had like a piece of taquito stuck in my tooth, because that's what I had for dinner. Where was I? So we're waiting for this guy to figure it out, and we have a fucking, one of the guys at work likes to like cook. So he has like one of those like a thermometer, like an electric one, and we were like, we can stick this under the door really quick. Let's just see how much time we've got. Like, how hot is it in this fucking room? Now keep in mind, the server room, 6 by 6. It's a small, maybe 6 by 8. It's a small little room, and it's got no ceiling, and all the hot air from all the AC units is pumping into the area between floors, which is what is on top of this room. Put the thermometer in there, wait for a minute, pull it back out. It is 115 degrees in this fucking server room, and I cannot believe we didn't lose all of our streams. I can't believe it. It's crazy. And they finally get the door open, and you could just like feel like the wall of heat going in. But it wasn't as bad when we got it open, because when then they took forever to open. I didn't even talk about this ahead of pod. While they were trying to get it open, me and my coworker Mike, which is hilarious. There's actually a third. There's Michael, Mike, and Mikey at my work. It's crazy.
So many
Michaels. Yeah. So many. Yeah. We're all generic vanilla types. But so we took another one of the AC units out of a stream room that wasn't being used, put it up on a fucking table so it could reach the top, taped the ventilation, like the tube, to the front to get the cold air and just let the hot air go out the back, piped that up and around and down into the fucking ventilation thing, and then taped it all up and made it all airtight, and then got that running to try to prevent like catastrophe. Once we learned it was like 100
Like a meltdown.
Yeah, I think it was actually like 112, 113. It was like
That's-
crazy.
Yeah.
So we fucking started pumping fucking the janketiest AC into that room, just praying that we're not gonna like lose an entire day of
Right.
selling shit. That was my day. It was crazy.
That's a day.
Yeah, and then I had like 14 meetings, but that's not as fun.
Ugh.
Thursday is meetings day.
Oh, wow.
So fun. And I got to lead one of them.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
sounds stressful.
It's fine. It's stuff I know, so it's like whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that was my day.
Wow. That was
How did we start talking about this?
because I hinted at it because I teased at it at the beginning.
You
of the
did tease
podcast.
it, and
did.
I will never be accused of being a tease. So I will gladly finish off your ear holes with this story, everyone.
I mean, it's a wild story. It's such a it's insane that like
It's wild.
the like string of events that came to the room being
Yeah,
like
how did that door
115 degrees.
happen to just like break?
Yeah,
How did that door
that's-
just not work anymore?
That's a story you have to like document. You have to have that somewhere.
Yeah, it has to live somewhere. So
Yeah.
now it's online on
It
Resting
is
Twitch
for
Face.
all of you.
For
Wow.
all of us. But if you felt like it was too long of a story,
Then
I
you're
apologize.
wrong and leave my podcast.
I just
I'm
apologize, and I would like to make this apology right. Ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. I'm sorry to the internet. This is totally an improv song. It's me,
You're doing great.
Colleen Ballinger. I'm a fucking weirdo. Ba-da-ba-da-da.
I mean, you basically look for anybody who needed
Topical.
a TLDR for the topical thing. That was a perfect TLDR.
Yeah, I fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you
but
don't have to do. You don't have to go watch it.
literally before we started recording, Quinn was like, "Oh my god, have you heard about Miranda Sings? Have you heard about the Colleen?" And I was like, "Of course I have, because I live online." But
I live online. I don't know like half the things that happen.
That's
I didn't know about
true.
Submarine.
and I hope you all have. Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't hear about the fucking submarine. That makes me so fucking mad. A news story that brought the entire world together to like both be worried about human life and also dunk on billionaires.
I was late
It's a perfect
to the
mix.
party.
Oh my god, I
But
forgot
I'm
you
here
didn't
now.
know
I'm in the
that.
party. I'm in the party.
How are you so excited
I'm
about
in
the
the
shittiest
party.
apology in the world and you didn't even hear about the submarine?
Because how you know why? Honestly, I have a genuine response because I watch like a handful of YouTubers to like catch up on the news, so I don't like my brains don't mush out of my ears.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they hadn't covered it yet.
Oh, they hadn't covered it yet? It was the biggest news story of like the year for 5 days as people were trying to find them. You got caught up after we knew they had fucking imploded.
Oh my god! Which is, you know what? Like
Your YouTubers need to be put out more constant content.
But content.
But oh my gosh, I'm so
Oh my
excited to
gosh,
learn
are
more
you
about
ready?
this because I've only
Okay.
seen one recap of this. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna set the tone.
Okay, first, do people even know who this person is?
Okay, yeah. So Sorry.
Let's rewind. I could
Let's
tell
start
that
from
you're
the
so
beginning.
excited to get to like
I'm
the
so
meaty
excited.
juice that we gotta
so
put
excited.
bread on this sandwich. You know what I mean?
we do.
So that everyone can hang on when we get to the meaty juice.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Colleen Ballinger, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know her name until like a week ago.
Yeah, well, nobody fucking
Because
did.
no, nobody did. Because you might know her as Miranda Sings,
Yes.
who is, as best as I can sum it up. Also, like, I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but like, we're not like a super essay document, like, have everything. I'm gonna give a brief overview. If my facts are like slightly off, please feel free to like correct me, but like, I apologize in advance.
For sure.
Yeah. But okay, Miranda Sings. She was one of the first YouTubers. Like, she was in the same area as like Smosh and like some of the first like individuals to do
Smosh is back,
internet.
by the way. Did you hear about
They
this?
are. They
They
oh my
bought
God,
their
that-
channel back.
they
It's so
bought
great.
The channel. I have
It's
so
so
many.
good.
I have so many mixed feelings about a couple of things for a couple of reasons, but like I.
Oh, I don't know any of the drama. I just heard that they're back, and everyone was like stoked. Oh fuck! I have so many things to catch up on for this episode.
Oh my God, I'm so glad to be enlightening you. But Smosh aside, oh my God, should we
Smosh
side
aside.
tangent? Smosh
Okay,
aside.
we'll do a little a side smosh before we get back into the Ballinger.
Yes.
One side smosh.
Super long story short, I didn't know. Smosh also right up there. It's kind of like it makes sense with Miranda Sings. Like they were the first YouTubers to like kind of get popular, exist, start getting like
very
deals,
early
like,
on YouTube,
you know,
like
so
making
early.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. But Smosh is this like it was just two guys doing a thing, doing funny skits, and then it has grown to be this like enormous thing. They have like multiple
multimedia
channels.
company kind of.
I don't even know how to like sum it up, but it's like multimedia, and they do everything. Did you know that they also had? I went to their page the other day because I was interested. They have like a whole like they have like Smosh, and then they have like Smosh, like Spanish Smosh, where they like translate all of their videos. Like people like dub over their videos.
That's cool.
Which is really cool. I've never seen that.
People just usually are just like, subtitles, it's fine.
Yeah, subtitles. But like they have a whole channel where I'm sure it's just like the video they produce, they have somebody like dub it and then put it up. Which is like cool. I didn't know that was like a thing.
Makes sense, but
they have that, and they have two other channels. Essentially, long time ago, you can go like find their stuff to like really know what's going on. But one of the main people of Smosh left Smosh for reasons we know now, being that they were bought by kind of a company as like starting YouTubers who get approached by investors and people who want to raise their production, and like it's a whole thing when that happens, right? So they were bought out by somebody, and then they didn't actually own Smosh for a very long time, and then that company bankrupted, or something happened where something fell out and they were no longer owned. Owning Smosh. And then one of my top favorite YouTubers and morning talk show individuals, GMM,
Good Mythical Morning
with Rhett and Link, bought Smosh.
Yes.
And then they were operating for that for a long time, but the main person had still, one of the main people, Anthony Padilla, had still left. But recently, like as in like not even a month ago, right? Like it's been like 2 weeks. Like I think they posted.
It's been like not long.
Yeah, like not long at all at this point. Came back to Smosh, and I think one of the stipulations he said with coming back to Smosh was they had to own it.
Yeah.
So Ian, is it? Oh, I forgot his last name, but Ian something and Anthony Padilla bought Smosh from Good Mythical Morning and now own it.
Yep.
But Anthony Padilla is dating somebody I watched growing up called Glam and Gore.
Okay, well now I'm into a whole new territory. I don't know who this is. I don't know anything about their personal lives, so.
I was gonna say, I don't know a lot. I kind of stopped watching a lot of them whenever I got into college. We all know how it goes. Like, you get busy and, like, things drop off. But I had it brought up to my attention relatively recently that the individual Mikey from Glam and Gore has had some controversy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know the, like, specifics of it, but it's enough that when somebody, like, brought it to my attention, I was like, ooh, ouch. Like, well, this is not good. Not,
oh, jeez.
Not a good thing. I can't, like, report on specifically what has been said, but it was enough at the time that when it was brought to my attention, I think I was even talking about it on Twitch, and one of my moderators was like, oh, have you not seen the video? And then sent me a video, like, kind of explaining the, like, stuff that she's done, and it's follows along the same lines of Colleen Ballinger, of just not really recognizing. I'm not the same thing, not the like stuff that we're gonna get into with Colleen, but like around that same level of like, oh, I didn't know you were kind of shitty, and now turns out you're kind of shitty.
Yeah. I'm just doing a little research.
Yeah.
The headline, when you first type in glam and gore controversy, Google says, Glam and Gore, also known as Mikey, apologized after a former friend of hers, a smaller beauty influencer known as Spanky Valentine, aka Swoop, made an hour-long expose video about her, which included accusations of microaggressions against Black and LGBTQ people.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yes, I think that's
accusations of microaggressions, which I don't. I'm just trying to wrap my head around like what that even like means.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe for a second that this one sentence summation that's the top thing of Google is an accurate representation of what the fuck is happening.
Which, if you, do your research on the people you watch, and, if I don't know the extreme facts, I just know at the time when it was shown to me, it was enough to make me go, maybe not. That was the vibe. I admittedly have not done research into it, and, we can talk about it in the comments or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
whatever. Teach us. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to Google it
exactly,
anymore,
I'm not gonna
just teach me.
Yeah, exactly. You do the heavy lifting for us.
Please and thank you.
But anyway, that was kind of the side tangent of I'm very excited that they have Side Smosh. Very excited that they have Smosh back, but also one of the main people is dating this individual who has some controversy wrapped around her, and that's a whole side thing to look into.
Awesome.
But we're not here for that. We're here for Colleen Ballinger.
We're here for Colleen Ballinger.
We're here for Colleen Ballinger and her fucking ukulele.
You stupid idiot.
Apology. I can't tell you. Let me paint the picture. Let me paint the set real quick.
Oh, please do.
It was a hot and sunny, sweaty morning.
Hot, sunny,
when my
sweaty
roommate
morning.
all the perfect makings. Because it's fucking summer and I can't stand it, dude. I started testosterone and I can't figure out how my body is now working with heat. It's different. It's making me sassy. My own side tangent.
That makes sense though, because
I'm so upset about it.
always, girls are like, oh, it's so cold, and I'm always like, I'm so warm. And now I guess it's literally just testosterone is like the warm sauce that keeps us running hot.
I'm gonna title the video "Testosterone is the warm sauce."
God damn it! Oh, it's so gross sounding.
It is. It's gonna make a great title.
It's gonna make a great title. Great click-through rates on "Testosterone is the warm sauce."
Oh, warm sauce. Sorry. Yeah, we're on a random morning. My roommate comes barreling into the living room and says, "Have you seen it?" And I said, "Have I seen what?" And it was about 21 hours. I remember seeing the YouTube time of 21 hours ago. 21 hours ago, Colleen Ballinger ruined her career.
Incredible.
I sat on that couch. I sat on my couch that morning and I watched as she pulled out a ukulele, disregarded her legal team's advice, and committed internet sewer slide. Can I say that on
sewer
YouTube?
slide?
Sewer slide?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
YouTube live unalive. It wasn't a YouTube live though.
No, it was something that it wasn't a live, because we have to sit here and grapple with the fact that she recorded, must not have watched through, and then published this masterpiece.
Okay, no shot. This was like her third or fourth full take. 100%. 100%, because I believe the video is full uninterrupted recording, right?
Yeah.
There's no shot that she just fucking one-take Timmy to that shit.
You
No
don't think?
fucking... She played a music the whole time.
You're right. She ukuleled, even though it was like a few chords, and she did not change the ukulele. I need you to know, y'all. I'm prefacing this with, at some point in the song, before we really get into it, she says, "My legal team advised me not to talk about this, but they never said I couldn't sing it," and then proceeded to ukulele.
Oh God, is that how she started that
She
shit?
said those words. I will literally. I have the video up. I'm so ready. I'm so prepared.
My legal team said I can't talk about this, but I can sing it.
I swear, I will go and pull the exact literal
Oh my
line.
God.
Because it was literally. Oh my God. Oh, toxic gossip train.
Oh, I remember hearing those words. Toxic gossip train.
Okay. Oh, sorry. We were supposed to do a brief "Who is Miranda Sings?"
Oh yeah, who is Miranda Sings? We started talking about how she was early YouTuber along the lines of Smosh, and then we had a side Smosh.
Yeah, side Smosh. But
Okay, so
she
now
is
we have
also
a
in that
little
same
teaser,
area.
teaser taste of what's to come. A ukulele comes out. I'm not going to talk about this as per my lawyer's advice, but I'm going to sing it.
Yep.
And now flashback. Miranda Sings, The Young Days. Who the fuck is she?
She is somebody, I don't know how to sum up her content, but I had watched, and I watch Ethan Is Online do a reaction video to like her stuff. I watch a lot of him. He's like very good, and they're very like wonderful with putting things like very concisely and like to the point. But they also didn't know who Colleen Ballinger was, and they were doing a live stream, and they were like, well, who is she? I need to get like a feel for what her content is and what she does before I like watch this. And I didn't realize Colleen stuff, Miranda Sings, came out probably when I was around the age of like preteen, like 10, 11, 12 area.
You're right there. That is you are the target market.
Yes. And she always did these like just kind of random quirky videos that like were some of the ones that Ethan had watched. I'm pulling back to him because I haven't watched her stuff in a very long time. But the one video,
that'd be weird if you had.
Yeah, no, yeah, I haven't. Yeah, the one video that they had pulled up and watched was, she was doing a cover to. What's that one song that was really popular? Gangnam Style. I don't remember how to say it.
Yeah,
that.
On Gangnam Style. Hey.
Yeah, that.
I got the whole fucking dance. Let's go.
Well, that'll be on our premium channel whenever.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I'll even take my socks off.
No, not the wiki feed.
Oh God, I'm gonna get a 1 out of 5 star foot rating for sure.
I don't take our feet. Thank you.
Please don't take our feet.
Please don't take our feet.
Leave us something.
Leave us our dignity.
Leave us our dignity. Leave us our souls. Our foot souls.
Oh, our foot souls, unlike Colleen, who has no soul.
Nope.
But she did a video, and I watched this video, and it was something I think I had watched even when I was like, it came out like 10 years ago. Jesus. She did a cover to this song, and it was so many levels of offensive.
Uh-oh.
That, like, as a kid, you don't realize, and then you grow up, and you're like, oh, wow, like this is... You're doing some wrong shit. It's fucked.
You're doing some wrong shit.
You're doing some wrong shit. And it was so offensive on so many levels. Just all of her content. She makes fun. She's like racist. She like her whole Miranda Sings character. I think I am taking this slightly from Ethan, but I'm pretty sure it's like based off of making fun of either somebody. I think it was somebody close to hers like disability. Like the whole like.
I knew it. I think I said it before we started recording, and you were like, "We're talking about this." I was like, I never could figure out that character, but it feels like it's making fun of someone.
It is.
And I
it's
don't
making
like
fun
it.
Of, yeah, it's absolutely directed and making fun of an individual or group of individuals. But yeah, so
I'm still here, sorry.
oh,
Something was making noise.
You walked away from our podcast.
Yeah, I'm done.
The video listeners, sorry, the video watchers saw
Knew.
that.
The audio listeners had no idea that I abandoned them. But they
Now
already
I know,
knew.
but they knew late. They knew too
Yeah.
late. Yeah.
But they also have already known that I said fuck them so many times.
That's true. That's true.
Also, I don't even think we're uploading this anywhere that is audio only.
No, we're not.
YouTube exclusive, baby.
It's fine.
I could probably just do that. Like, I think I'm still paying for one of those fucking Spreaker or something.
Oh my god, you certainly are.
I'll do that this weekend. We'll get them all up there.
You.
Gotta insult all the audio listeners. We
Yeah.
got to do that.
I guess sometimes, just for our own fun.
Okay, so Miranda Sings is based on someone who probably you shouldn't base a character on because it's fucking mean to do.
Yes, which is TLDR. But how do I even? So that sums up her. Now, let's get to the reason we're here. Let's get to her apology video.
I'm so excited.
So, I would like to preface with, just because you write it, no, sorry, I don't think she actually wrote this. I think this was like some kind of like improv, like you said, like several take kind of situation. Because you whip out, because you whip out a ukulele and start talking about how good of an individual you are, and how she started dismissing any evidence, like just, you know, the classic. She pulled a real. She made Shane Dawson's apology video look. It's still bad, but she made Shane Dawson's apology video look
still bad.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's how bad this is.
If you are, by the way, if you are a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or a public personality that feels the need to make an apology video, do it right the fuck now. Do it now. No one's going to give a shit about your apology video. You get the brownie points for doing it, and no one's going to make fun of you. Because you're not gonna fucking sing it, are you? Don't.
Are you going to sing it? Are you going to whip out a ukulele?
You're going to fucking sing it.
But I think we have to catch people up on what her actual allegations were real quick.
What are the crimes? The crimes of Colleen Ballinger.
So there was more that was uncovered, but the basis was grooming.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. She was in group chats with her 12, 13-year-old viewers.
Awesome.
12
to 13. Great notoriously good people for adults to talk to for good stimulating conversation. Not weird at all.
Real quick to throw in, she will say in this apology video that it was at the beginning of her career. It's wrong. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, and she was still a 30-year-old woman.
That's so
She was
weird.
still a 30-year-old woman in group chats.
Quinn, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Can you imagine right now as a 25-year-old talking for more than 12 seconds to a 12 or 13-year-old?
No, usually the 12 seconds is, why the fuck have you found my content? I am banning you.
Yeah.
You should not have your eyes on my content or be engaging with me in any regard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, imagine 5 years from now, you start talking to 12 or 13-year-olds.
Yep.
And then 3 or 4 years after that, you say, it's not weird. It was 3 or 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
It's like, just to put it in perspective for people in this
Yep.
world who are like, oh, she said it was a while ago. No.
It was not.
It's not how that works.
No.
And I bet you it's not like she was fucking talking to some really smart and cool 12 or 13-year-olds and then kept talking to those same 12 or 13-year-olds. It's probably new batches of 12 and 13-year-olds all the time. Because that's her fucking thing. It's grody.
It's so the things that were asked in this group chat were about periods, about their virginity, about, oh yeah, she asked the person who really started all this, I forgot their name, it's Adam something, but they were an individual who was in a group chat with Colleen, and at one point, Colleen asked for ass pics from a 13-year-old. 12, 13. I might have the ages slightly different, but 12, 13.
Yikes.
Yikes. Her, and not even to mention, I'm jumping a little bit ahead in the story because I'm getting all of her allegations that at least I'm aware of out there.
Of course.
She also sent, do you know who Trisha is it Trisha Page or Trisha Paytas? Trisha Paytas.
The name sounds familiar.
Trisha Paytas has her, I'm gonna say there. I'm a little unfamiliar of Trisha Paytas and all about their stuff.
Yes, she's the one that did the fucking podcast with Ethan Klein.
Oh, I don't know about
H3H3 Productions. Is that him? Is that her?
They did a lot of stuff that was not. They have been in hot water about stuff for a very long time.
Yes, I don't even think they do the podcast anymore because that podcast broke up because I assume she was not that Ethan Klein doesn't have his own spat of controversies, but I think his are more just like I said a dumb thing, and I think most people know that I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not an expert on every single one. The ones that I've seen covered online are usually like he makes a joke in poor taste, and it's like, oh, shouldn't have done that. But I don't think that you meant it. I just think you're a fucking, in some ways, like a junior high kid who just got too famous and makes a dumb joke without thinking about it. Yeah. I wish I could remember the Trisha Paytas shit, but she said some shit. I remember.
She says some shit. I will stand for just. I don't know too much about her. I just know in the video that I had watched, she's important to this conversation because of Miranda Sings, because of Colleen Ballinger. But recently, I think from what I've seen, she seems deeply, genuinely sorrowful for her actions.
Trisha Paytas.
Trisha Paytas stepped away from social media and is like, I think, genuinely trying.
Good for her.
Good for her.
I certainly hope that that's the case.
I do too.
I am always down to forgive people who are out there putting in the work, trying to be good people.
Exactly. But you're right, actually. So sorry, I just remembered there was a podcast because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Colleen Ballinger was in this podcast, but at some point they were really close. They were close friends, right? Colleen Ballinger was sending Trisha Paytas's nudes, OnlyFans, or I don't know if it was OnlyFans in specific, but some kind of like spicy content work, sending nudes to these minors, and making fun of Trisha Paytas. Yeah,
Jesus.
behind her back while she was.
Well, of course it's behind her back. You wouldn't ask someone, hey, can I send your fucking premium nudes to a group of 12-year-olds? No. It's
Trisha
gross.
Trisha Paytas, from what I can tell, did not know this was happening. And the whole reason for their video coming out being like, hi, I want to talk about this because I didn't know that Colleen Ballinger was doing this.
It's so weird.
So weird, right?
It's
like
so
on so
weird.
many levels. So imagine being one of these victims of Colleen Ballinger, and then she whips out a ukulele.
Can you imagine? I know it's not quite the same thing, but if fucking Jeffrey Epstein just like sat down at the piano and was like, To all the ladies out there, ding, who I might have wronged, ding. I just wanted to say.
That's it. Also,
I'm gonna film that YouTube video, the Jeffrey Epstein apology video.
oh please do. I have deeply enjoyed so many people coming out and doing like recreations of
it's
Colleen
so funny.
Ballinger's apology. It's been wonderful.
Oh my god.
But essentially, those allegations came out with evidence. Also, not to mention, I learned later that she had done stage performances, right?
Yeah. I saw
And
some of this.
She made kids reach down her pants
Ugh.
on stage.
Yeah, the clip I saw is she got like a young, like probably 14, 15, 16-year-old girl up on stage, like made her essentially like lay down with her legs like just like up in the air, and then she went and grabbed the girl's ankles and like started going like this or something, and then a fart sound effect played, and she made it seem like this girl farted on her. But like, it's a fucking kid. You don't.
There was also other
humiliate
kids who,
a child like that.
She literally made them put their hands down her pants. Like,
That's
literally
so
hands down
gross.
pants. Yeah.
It's so gross.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I feel like maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like if I had an idea for a bit to do on stage, and I was like, oh, this bit only works if a child reaches their hand down my pants, I think I would take a step back and say, maybe
Minecraft noise.
maybe we rethink this moment of the show.
Yeah, that's what anybody over the over the age of her age, but like way before this. It's such a it's not rocket science to not.
No, it's not even it's not even an age thing. It's just like a I be fucking weird or not thing.
Yeah.
Some people are like, fuck yeah, let's be weird.
Well, can I tell you that in her song, she, number one, we've already addressed, she forgoed any legal thing because she can sing it, not talk it. Of course. And then at some point during the whole thing, which she continuously said, like, toxic gossip train, manipulation station, it's all, it's... At one point she said that it's as long as people are being entertained by it. Like, she put it completely in a, this is all wrong. She said misinformation a bunch. But at one point, she got to, and all the, to sum up everything, I'm not wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. All of it's misinformation.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, it's not an apology video.
No.
It's almost like I'm going to sing a song, and afterwards, you're going to apologize to me, motherfuckers.
That's exactly what it is.
That's so fucking weird.
It's so weird. I don't know what is currently going on. I'm not up to date as of right now, but her career is over.
Yeah, 100%.
In the song, she had talked about oh, you're just attacking me. You want to bring me down. All of this kind of you're wrong. I guess as long as it's fun, we can try. You are an actual groomer.
Yeah.
Trying your very hardest for some reason. Also, I said it at the beginning, I don't think we got it on podcast, but she has 3 kids.
That's right, you said that. I think it was not.
Kids.
I think it was before. She has 3 children. How
children.
old? I have to.
I'm gonna
know.
look this up.
You're gonna look it up?
Now.
Okay. I'm not gonna look it up if you're gonna look it up.
But as of current, I'm pretty sure she is 36.
Okay.
That's what I saw. But all this was happening. Let's not forget, all of this was happening in her 30s.
Yep.
She has 3 children.
Ages. Come on.
Colleen Ballinger has a total of 3 children, whom she shares with her second husband.
Okay.
The couple's first child was born in 2018.
Okay.
Gave birth to twins in 2021.
Okay, and they're like, okay, so they're 1 or 2, depending on when.
Yeah. But relatively...
So creepy.
It's so... imagine, like... She came on, and the whole video was, I know you haven't seen me in a while. I've been taking some space. Also, the whole framing of her video, for those who didn't see it, she obviously used a filter because you can see she's not like old, but you can see the difference between somebody's age and their like neck, shoulders, like other areas that like don't have a literal blending, smoothening filter on the center of her face.
It's just...
I can't express
I feel like it
how
just...
weird this was.
It makes you look older when you try to artificially make yourself look younger. It's so bizarre. It's so
bizarre.
Weird.
So the filter plus the ukulele plus the denial plus trying to spin it in a light that makes it look like she's validated for being in a group chat at all with her underaged, like, children,
her baby fans. Yeah.
Her baby. She is... There's
they're
a
little
thing
babies.
of, like... They're literally babies. Like, literally, like, children. And you want to know the best part?
Please.
At some point during her apology, she says, well, my channel has always been PG-13, so how could it be on me for the parents to not be 13? For anybody who didn't know, 13 is still 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, 5 years under 18.
Yes.
Just to put that out there.
Just to put this out there, too. I know that 18 is the legal age for where you can be an adult and you can do what you want to do, and there's no more protections for you. If you're a 36-year-old person actively targeting 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds,
also
20-year-olds,
still gross.
You're still fucking creepy and weird. It's still
creepy.
It's so creepy and weird. I don't understand it. Like, what's the even like the rule, like half your age plus 7, I think is the rule. Is like how young you're allowed to go. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? I'm 33. What's half 6? So 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 is I guess the youngest I would be allowed to go without being creepy. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty young to me. Like,
yeah, like even like us who are like, oh, I don't know. Like,
it's weird.
It's weird.
It's so weird.
Her whole video is weird. Her whole apology is weird and not an apology.
No.
And then on top of it, she tries to say, but my content's always been PG-13.
What a fucking weirdo. It's so bizarre. If I'm an actor in a PG-13 movie, I'm not going to go and like an adult. I'm not going to start talking to a bunch of 13-year-olds. It's so weird.
So, and not only that, but like she was asking questions about like periods and virginity. Like,
it's
who
so gross.
does that?
Fucking
it's so
creeps.
Vomit-inducing.
Actual
creeps.
creeps.
Do that.
Actual
yeah.
The legal definition of a creep.
So, I think it's safe to say that Colleen Ballinger's career is, I'm assuming her legal team, I don't know this for a fact, but like if I was her legal team,
I would not be her legal team anymore. Yeah.
I would probably not represent her anymore because
like,
she went against what we said not to do, because her legal team probably knew that she didn't have enough evidence to like not just bury herself completely.
For sure. if your legal team tells you to shut the fuck up, you shut the fuck up. That's why
You don't
I don't
sing it.
No. If you, and by the way, just free legal advice from me. If you ever get arrested for anything, even if you know you are the most innocent person in the world, you couldn't have possibly done the thing because you were at a different place or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Talk to a lawyer and listen to your fucking lawyer. Are you fucking kidding me? And
But
then
she
don't
couldn't
go
even
online
do
and sing
that.
your fucking confession.
Literally, she sung her confession. She pointed out so many things that we were like, grooming,
Yeah.
grooming. Like,
Yeah, the thing you're saying that people are worried about and the thing you're downplaying it to, is still fucking weird and bad.
It's still
like,
bad. It's
you're so
still
twisted that you
proving
think
it.
this is okay.
Yes.
So that means this down here is probably what actually happened, you fucking
Happened.
nut.
Yeah.
My favorite part.
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, go.
My favorite
Oh,
part
no.
of the video
Oh.
is the end of the video. Where the video is done. And you know how these apology videos start. They don't just start and the person's in frame. You have to have the camera turn on, and you know that person turned the camera on, and then they walked around and sat down because it makes them feel like more of a human. It centers them in the universe. It's not just a character; it's someone that had to sit down at a camera and do it themselves. It personalizes you instantly. It's super dumb, and everyone does it. And then when they end the video, they do, okay, I'll see you next time.
Here they go.
And they go boop, and they turn it off, and that's the end of the video. Because I see what you're doing. It's not fooling me, but I get why it works.
Right.
100% I get why it works, and I get why you would do it. And if I had to film an apology video, I'd probably do it too, because it's a cheap and easy way to center yourself in as a human being instead of a person on the computer.
Right.
I get it. It's like a film trick. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a thing in the study of film that works every time, you're not going to just not do it if it's easy to do. Like, you just fucking do it. Colleen Ballinger, the end of the video's over. It's done. She goes and reaches up to end the video. Hand up. Wait a second. No.
Pulls back.
I think I've got one more thing to say. I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't do fucking anything that you should be mad about. I'm the best, and I'll fuck your kids. Please don't make that the title.
I will. We've got too many other good titles. You're safe.
Fucking warm juice or whatever the fuck it was.
I forgot about worm juice.
Oh, fuck. Is it warm juice or warm sauce? I can't remember anymore.
Warm sauce.
Tea is the warm sauce.
Tea is the warm sauce.
Motherfuck. It's so funny. It's so funny that she makes us think that this is
Gonna
like...
turn it off.
Like, she didn't plan that. And this is what I think. This is exactly why I'm like, I know that this was not a one-take Timmy for her. I know that she did not just sit down and just impromptu make a fucking thing and then do it and be done and then upload it. She fucking did the whole thing probably like 5 times. And because I know you need to get extra takes of like that moment. Because that reach for the camera, pull back, think about it moment is so easy to tell when it's fake.
Yes.
She needed more takes.
Yeah.
And the best one she got was still embarrassingly bad. There's no way that passed the look test for her without having seen like 4 other versions that were worse.
Yep.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me is she has like 4 versions on the cutting room floor, sitting on her fucking iPhone or whatever she recorded it on.
Oh,
no
absolutely.
shot. No shot. It's like how long is it? It's like a 10-minute video.
Holy
She's
shit.
got 50 minutes of fucking apology video.
So, also for anybody who doesn't know, I'm pretty sure the YouTube like minimum time for being advertised is 10 minutes.
I can't remember if that's actually true anymore.
They changed it a while ago. I don't know if it's still that.
We're learning. We're learning all this stuff still.
Yeah.
But
I'll Google, but
and for a
pretty
long
sure.
time, 10 minutes was like a normal thing. So I feel
Yeah.
like even if it's not a thing anymore, most people are still in the habit
Still
of like,
do
well,
10
we know 10
minutes.
minutes is solid. Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? Change it?
Her video is 10 minutes and 18 seconds long.
Fucking
And
time.
she does the reach at around 8:36.
It's literally
I got 2 more minutes. I got
Ad
a minute and a
revenue.
half. Ad revenue. Let me get some ad revenue to sprinkle.
it's the last time I'm ever gonna get any fucking ad revenue. So
Dude, you're
might
so
as
right.
well.
Holy shit, you're
do
so
it.
right. If she was going out swinging, if she was going out burning in a pile of shit that she deserves to, choo choo, chopping on the toxic gossip train.
Oh,
Then this
so
is
bad.
the last ad revenue she's ever got. Her video right now, this was 8 days ago that this was posted.
no.
It has 9.5 million views.
Oh no, she's so done.
She's so.
What is it?
it's
I was
over.
watching. The only thing I watched of this was a streamer named Ludwig made a video about it, and he used a phrase that is common now. It started from South Park of all shows. Like the phrase, there's like in the first season of South Park, there's like a mecha Barbra Streisand that destroys the town or whatever. And obviously it was the first season of fucking South Park. Nobody fucking watched it until then Barbra Streisand started making a whole big fucking stink about it and being like, this is absurd and ridiculous. I can't believe they would use my likeness like this. And then suddenly everyone was watching South Park to see what the fuck she was talking about. So it's now called the Streisand effect. And I feel like Miranda Sings, Colleen Ballinger, whatever, could have just kept making YouTube videos forever. Because a lot of these allegations were 4 or 5 years old. And then she made the dumbest, worst apology video ever. And the internet was like, oh, fuck, you still exist? You're doing what now? Like, oh, fuck off. She's toasted. She could have just kept
didn't-
coasting, making her
she could
shitty
have.
fucking TikTok reaction videos
Yep.
she was making.
She
And she would have been fine. She would have had a
She would
nice
have.
career. And now she had to pull out a ukulele and fuck up her
And
kids'
apologize. Yup.
fucking college tuition
Or
funds
quote,
because
apologize.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
You can't call it an apology video.
No, it's
Fucking,
not. It's straight up not. The YouTube also the video's called Hi. The video is titled Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Hi, you're wrong.
Hi.
Hi, I'm a groomer. Hi. How? Oh,
Hello.
hi. Are you on the toxic gossip train? You might be.
You must be.
You must be.
Why don't
if
you
you're
hop
here.
off? Adults over here, kids over here. Hop off of the toxic gossip train.
Oh, that's where she's.
Oh.
That's what she's. Yeah. But
She's
she
fucking
also.
weird.
She's fucking weird. The thing is, like, you're right. She could have. She had a Netflix deal. Like, she's fine.
She did. She had a
Like,
show or something.
Yeah. She had Miranda. What is it? No, Haters Back Off. It was like, I think it's called Haters Back Off.
That sounds
or something
right.
like that.
I
Yeah.
feel like I remember seeing that shit and being like, oh, YouTube person. Skip.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly the energy.
I hate to say it, I've never seen a YouTube person go and make like a normal, quote unquote normal, like mainstream, like whether it be
Yeah.
Netflix or whatever type show, and be like, wow, that was an enjoyable experience to watch. It's never happened to me.
No, it's the same thing of like, oh my god, I can. Maybe we'll talk about this. I know we're currently filming on a Thursday, and this is our short week where we film again on a Tuesday, so I'm not gonna talk
Exactly.
about it. But it's right up there with. Have you seen Shane Dawson's The Chair? Shane
Yes.
Dawson's movie, Not Cool. It's right up there.
It's-
Miranda has topped Shane somehow, and I don't even know how
just
that's
can't.
like possible.
It's
I
all the
don't even
ukulele.
know.
It would have been about
It's all the
equal.
ukulele.
But she decided to fucking sing it, which is like when it's like you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes a song like authentic. Like when someone sings an authentic song, it's because you know that they sat and they pondered their emotions and they put it to words and they're like, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and this is the best way I can say it, and these are the notes that experience, and though everything is meant from the heart, you know that it's a highly rehearsed situation because you've thought about it for a long time.
For like more than an afternoon.
Yeah, and an apology video is often meant to be, I'm sitting down. I'm just going to tell you how I'm feeling right now. And it's raw, and it's going to be weird, and I may not make sense, but I am dealing with emotions, and I'm going to talk to you about them.
Right.
And taking those two types of things and putting them as one thing ruins both the things. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't have both. You can't have a heart-wrenching musical number about how you are sorry and also pretend like it's just how you're feeling in the moment. It doesn't work. It is just like how there's film tricks about like you're gonna see me turn the camera on and off. Some things about certain types of media and certain like ways you emote what you're trying to say or feel. Some things just don't work together, and this is one of those things. And if you're if you have to put it to music, it has to be like kind of like raw and bad, like because it's improvised apparently.
Yeah.
And her shit was none of that. It was just
also
bad.
It was just bad. Also, an apology video actually needs to like apologize. And in the video, she talks about her taking accountability while disregarding all of the accountability that actually needs to be taken.
Yes. Yeah. People like to say that they will take accountability. People like to say that they like to, talk about their problems. People like to say that they're adults about things until it comes time to actually do that thing.
Yeah.
And they won't do it.
No.
They just simply will not take accountability or be adults. But if you say that you do it, then you get to believe that you do.
Yeah.
And she's
While
fucking
currently
crazy.
Committing online sewer slide for everyone to watch.
The slide into this. When? Sorry, I don't know why I did that bit. When Quinn says sewer slide, you're sliding into the shit sewer. Is clearly what we mean.
It's exactly.
Career sewer slide. You were up in the street, up on top of a slide, and now you're slid down into the sewer, and you're amongst the shit.
Where you belong.
Where you belong.
Where you belong. You are the shit
piece of fuck.
that is in the sewer.
Fucking Miranda shits. I got nothing.
I just like I don't. It's such a weird little situation we're living in where like some of the individuals who I might have at the time considered being the reason that I was like, oh my god, YouTube, oh my god, streaming, oh my god, content creation, and then seeing them all come out and really just slide into that sewer as hard as possible on the steepest slide they could.
Yep.
It put some things.
It's almost like just jumping off a wall. Like
It
the
is.
slide is so deep.
It's so deep.
It's that sewer slide happens so fast off such a tall wall.
It sure does.
Into so much shit. Good lord. You gotta like. I mean, it is weird, and you kind of have to wonder like how much of it is like were they shitty the whole time, and how much of it is like they got famous, shit got weird for them.
Yeah.
They don't know how to handle it. Mm-hmm. Miranda Sings started however many years ago, 10 or 15 or whatever the fuck, and since then has had an audience full of nothing but 12 or 13-year-olds, and those are the people that like fucking worshipped her. It doesn't make it like okay, but like I can see the connection to being like, well, I'm just only going to talk to 12 and 13-year-olds because they're going to give me nothing but positive affirmation, and now my brain is twisted and I'm fucking fucked up in the head. Like,
I'm
because
completely fucked.
just because I can connect the dots doesn't mean that, like, it's normal or okay. Like, I can connect the dots on the map that lead you into the fucking shit slide. Like,
I think
most of us can not be in the shit slide.
yeah, and I think the thing that she, like, tried to explain all her reasoning, and there was a brief, it faded very quickly as the song continued, but there was a brief moment where she had mentioned, like, I just wanted to be the quirky aunt. I'm the quirky aunt.
Yeah, I remember something about that.
And for
It's
a
so
brief
weird.
moment, brief moment, she suspended my, because it was, I'm pretty sure more relatively in the beginning of the song, but I was like, did you not know? Like, did you not grasp the full scale of, like, you got really famous really quick and you couldn't comprehend the, like, what that meant?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're a 30-year-old woman who thought it was okay to think that you were a quirky aunt to
I don't even.
strangers.
She doesn't actually think she's the quirky aunt.
No.
If there's a level of her brain that thinks that, it's a coping level, because
yes, that's
it's
what,
not
that's
like
what it feels like.
it's not like she fucking was, in her 20s when she started. In her 20s when she started.
That's when I thought she
is
started.
still like, yeah, right? Because if it was like 10 or
I
15
thought
years
she
ago
was,
and she's
like,
36 now.
22.
Yeah.
Or like in her 20s. Like, it's still
Yeah, she
gross.
started 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Then, and she's 36 now. She was 20 or 25. So still weird. And yet, her audience that she's cultivated is all 12 and 13-year-olds. It's not like she probably hasn't just been creepy recently. It's more probably just been society is moving forward, however slowly and however far back we slide politically. That's a whole different conversation. In general, people's understanding of what is and is not abuse is moving forward and more forward. And there's probably a very good chance that she was doing a lot of creepy shit when she was 20 or 25, and she probably didn't think of herself as a quirky aunt then, because you're too
Yep.
young to think of yourself as an aunt to a 12 or 13-year-old person,
Yes.
which means she's just fucking creepy, and that's either a coping mechanism
just
or a
fucking
straight
creepy.
up lie, and she
Yeah.
probably needs to go to therapy, and she probably needs to go to jail for something. I don't
Oh,
think anything she's
absolutely.
done shown yet is necessary. I mean, no, fucking
She
sending
sent- she
fucking
sent-
nude pictures too.
No. The person, remember the person I talked about in the beginning? The
Yeah.
one that, like, kind of snowballed? She sent them her underwear. She sent them her lingerie.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
I can't remember.
That's
exactly
weird.
what it was. Oh,
Wait,
it's
hold on.
weird.
Say
I
that
can't
again.
remember the
You kind of cut
exact-
out for
oh.
a second.
Are we cutting out? Don't do this.
Just for 1 second, like the last sentence you said, I could not
Oh,
hear.
okay. I said, shoot, what did I say? I'm so sorry. My brain.
Well, to me,
just went,
you went like bah, oh, meow, and that was it.
Oh, I think I was saying about her sending. Let's just take it back
Yeah.
from her sending. We're not gonna cut this out. I don't know why we're taking this back,
Fuck it.
but we're gonna.
We're
take
not
it back.
cutting
We're
anything
gonna
out.
take
We're
it-
gonna edit
No.
anything.
No.
If we edit it, we're just never gonna release it.
Exactly.
Sorry, this had nothing to do with what I was saying. There was a fruit fly flying over my bed.
I had a fruit fly. I did that earlier.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah.
What if it was the same fruit fly? Cross country flying
That would
fruit
be
fly.
It made it all the way from me to you, back to me, back to you.
Wow.
Which
In
is
an
like 3
hour and
hours
13
difference. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
3
that
hours
little
difference
guy
at this
moves.
hour 13 mark
Good
right now in the
Lord.
video where we're at.
That'll do buzzing.
I'd be buzzing. No, but she it was on a, I was saying I can't remember what the ramifications for what was happening. She was on a live stream. I think she was sending clothes to viewers or something. Like, I don't know how it truly became a thing of this young individual getting their hands on her literal lingerie. But even if, like, you were doing some kind of donating clothing situation, A, why are you doing that with your fans who are 12 years old? B, there's no way you missed your lingerie going to a 13-year-old.
You gotta.
Have to pump the brakes somewhere.
That's
You
not like
have
a
to in your
sock
mind.
getting stuck in like a sleeve of a
No.
hoodie after being in the dryer. This is a full-on sex
And it
clothes that
was,
you've
like,
sent to a child.
It was lingerie. Like, it wasn't just like
My
it was
underwear.
like,
It
yeah.
was fucking Jesus. What
Yeah.
a fucking nut.
And I'm pretty sure she was at some point, I know less about this because I just saw a brief, like, clip of it, but she was on a live stream talking about it and being like, ooh, my lingerie. Like, yeah. It was an old live stream, like, super old. Somebody, like, had to dig it up from, like, VODs and, like, clips and stuff like that.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
What a fucking...
What a fucking gross, grooming individual who is trying her darndest. And quite frankly, the whole situation, like, she's ruined her career.
Oh, yeah.
But she also still has a Netflix deal, and there also are still going to be individuals who stand by her and might have even been victims of her and not realize, like, the scope of
Yeah.
what she's doing is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because she has, I'm pretty sure, I think this says she has, like, almost 3.5 million subscribers. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
There's some people that are out there that will believe her until the day she dies.
Absolutely.
Will jump on her train, her choo-choo, her non-toxic gossip train.
The non-toxic gossip
The
train.
non-toxic gossip train. For the years to come. So, like, realistically, she's ruined her career, but how much that will actually hold, like, if Netflix pulls her shit, that'll actually start maybe making some but she's still making income. Like, she's
She's
like,
gonna be she's gonna be fine.
she's gonna be
Like,
fine. That's the worst part.
You've been a
about
successful
this.
multi-million subscriber
Yeah.
YouTuber for a good number of years. She's fine.
Yeah.
Which
is, like,
kind of sucks.
it does, but at least, like, us and other individuals talking about this will maybe in the future, hopefully somebody will hear it and be like, oh, this is gross and should
Yep.
not be happening.
Yep.
Colleen's probably going to be fine, sadly.
Yeah.
But what Colleen has done needs to be documented and shown and explained exactly why a kid who has no idea what's going on and what they're actually enduring from this person with millions of viewers
Yeah.
is
'Cause,
doing.
yeah, I can totally see how a kid would hear some of that stuff that she messaged and be like, she's just talking to kids my age like we're adults, and I feel like I'm an adult, and why
That's
shouldn't
the
someone
problem.
talk about, like, stuff with me? Why not? Why don't we talk about periods and stuff? Just because
Yeah.
they're adults or whatever, it just means I'm being treated like an equal person, and that makes me feel better. So I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
texting this fucking child grooming
This
piece of
fucking
shit.
child grooming predator.
Yep.
And it's as much teardown is currently happening, and she is being torn down from multiple places. So, like,
Good.
I truly do hope that she is actually ruined.
Yep.
But, like, the more sad reality is that she has a fucking Netflix deal, and she's a millionaire.
Yep.
Like, I don't know the legal ramifications that are going to come from it. Her legal team is probably going to leave her. Like, I don't see
You gotta assume.
you gotta assume, like, we are making assumptions, but, like, imagine, like, somebody being like, hi, don't do this, and then you do it, and then
Yeah. And
imagine
then
being in that court.
okay,
Like, imagine.
not only did the fucking lawyers say, hey, don't do this thing, she went and did the thing, made their job harder, and also potentially cut off her ability to pay you, the lawyer. You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there. You're not gonna get your money.
No.
you're not going to get your money's worth
No.
from this situation. Bounce
Nobody's
out.
going to sponsor her. People are going to start pulling from her shit.
Oh, yeah.
This is, at this moment of us recording, it's barely been a week.
That's so
since
wild.
this news has surfaced.
That's
And
so
the
wild.
Trisha Paytas thing came out even more recently.
I hadn't
of
even
course,
heard of
they're now
that, so.
uncovering stuff.
Yeah.
Now that they're like, oh, now that she's broadcasted her incorrectness for all to
Yep.
see, now everyone's digging into her stuff, and more is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. Even from like we're recording on a Thursday, even by Tuesday, that's another couple of days for the
All kinds of shit to come
possibility
out.
of even more. We are currently in history.
Yeah.
We're like, this is history.
Okay. You're right. And still, I'm so mad that you didn't know about the fucking submarine.
I know the submarine.
That was the Coast Guard was like, we have 72 hours to find these people.
Dude, I have no
They're-
idea how I missed that. So much is going on. I live under a rock sometimes for too long. This is why I'm a
This
bad
is
content
so
creator.
funny
And
to
you
feel
shouldn't
like-
watch any of my stuff.
To
ever.
have the realization that we're living in a moment where a week from now, like, everything we said is probably going to be like the old news and all kinds of new shit's coming out, and we're living in a weird moment at the middle of a historical moment or whatever,
I didn't know about
and then not knowing about the fucking submarine. Oh, this reminds me, there's an episode of a podcast that I used to love. It did get canceled because the podcast was called Reply All. It used to be a very, very, very good podcast. I really enjoyed it. And then they got into like some really weird off the cusp like news stories that are about stuff that's not, you wouldn't normally hear about. They got canceled because they had another one of their reporters do this story about like cooking or something. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to one episode of it and I was like, I'm not really into it. But then turns out it was actually like a really like weirdly racially charged thing. And so like and then eventually the podcast just shut down, which made me sad because it was a good podcast. But if there's shitty people involved, shut it down. I get it. But I think there was two main hosts. One of them stepped down after that, and the other one stayed. And the one that stayed had like no involvement. He was the one I liked more anyway. But the reason I bring it up, there is an episode of this podcast where they're talking about this was years ago, where they would do this thing where they have the two hosts and then their boss, who's like the boss of like this podcast like media company, come on, and he would bring them a tweet that he didn't understand, and then they would explain what the tweet meant to him, and the tweet essentially was about, do you remember Pizzagate?
Yes.
Back in the day, years ago,
That sounds familiar.
fucking QAnon type supporter people thought that Democrats had a basement under this pizzeria where they were kidnapping kids and like drinking their blood and like having sex with them and a bunch of creepy stuff like that. And so the tweet was like a really like you had to really be in the sauce to get it. It was like it is like said in an Italian accent. No, mamma mia, my pizza, my cheese, a pizza, peppery. Like it was like a bunch of like inside jokes about this thing, and the boss was like, I don't get what's fucking going on here. So they're having a good laugh and explaining it. They finished recording that episode, and between them finishing that part and before they aired it is when that gunman went into that pizza place that was part of the conspiracy theory, held up the place and demanded to see the basement. This really happened.
Holy shit.
And there was no basement. There's no basement in this
There's no
pizzeria.
basement. Yeah.
So this guy walked in with like a fucking rifle, like an AK whatever, or an AR fucking whatever, held up the place and essentially was like, demanding to see a basement that doesn't exist. Luckily, he didn't end up... I don't believe he ended up actually shooting anybody because he was eventually able to be convinced that there is no fucking basement in this fucking place. And then he walked out and he got arrested or whatever. But it was just wild that, like, between them doing a random, like, funny bit about a cryptic tweet that an old man doesn't understand, and then, like, the next day, like, that shit happened, they were like, whoa, we're living in this weird moment where, like, this was funny, and now it's, like, fucking wild and weird.
Yeah.
And so, like,
now
there's, like,
real.
two halves
now
of an
it
episode.
Got really too real.
Yeah. It was so weird. And so maybe that same shit's going to happen with Colleen Ballinger, and someone's going to find her basement of children. I believe she has a basement of children more than I believed fucking, what's it called, like Astro Pizzeria or something. Like, had a fucking basement full of children.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put it past Colleen. We are not liable for the fact that we are just assuming things, but like, she's a fucking gross groomer.
Yeah,
like,
she's a gross groomer.
She's a gross groomer who tried her hardest to explain all of the reasons why the victims of her grooming were wrong and why she was justified in all of her actions. She literally said in the video she's 100% not going to take that route of apologizing, even slightly. Just straight up said that. Said it for everyone. Said it in a ukulele ballad to the YouTube gods who
it just
have
hurts
quite
so
frankly,
bad. It hurts so bad.
Quickly smited her.
It's so cringy. I recommend everyone go watch this video.
I do. It's truly, if you're like, oh, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to put more eyes on it, it's just...
Doesn't fucking matter. Put more eyes on it. The more of this video gets seen,
need to see this.
the more people are going to have questions. And the more people have questions, the more they're going to learn she's a fucking weirdo.
You have to take the knowledge of, if you're going in for our recommendation of watching this video, you are looking for all of the predatory cues that she is throwing on out at a like, rapid fire pace. Like, it is an educational video that needs to be shown on what to not do. Like, what should not be happening.
Yeah. And to realize that, I don't know, it's a wild video. And I get what you mean when people are like, I don't want to put more eyes on it or whatever, but like, we should. It's one more fucking view. You are more valuable as a human being who is educated in what the fuck is going on that is more valuable to the cause and the correct side of things than that one extra view was valuable to her.
Get. Yeah. Because like we said, she's already
turn on an ad blocker and watch it if you feel bad.
Yeah. She's already a millionaire. It's the same fucking thing with, like, Amazon. Like, sure, we don't want to use Amazon, but we have to. Like, sure, we don't want to watch Colleen Ballinger explain why she's not a groomer when she is.
Yeah,
but, like,
exactly.
It's a genuinely educational moment that people should
I don't want to
look out for.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to watch this Colleen Ballinger video. I don't want to put any more eyes on it. I'll watch something else on my fucking iPhone. No. It's okay. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. And if the thing you're consuming may give a few pennies to a shitty person, but then also help educate you and more eyes educates more people on a terrible situation, maybe it's better to...
If anybody needs the gold stamp, we will gold stamp you go ahead of, like, you should watch the Colleen Ballinger thing.
Yep, 100%. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you could hear that. My cat was just scratching at the door and meowing very loudly.
Is it time? Is it time?
It may
for
be
the
time.
Cat to get attention?
It may be time for the cat to get attention. Hold on. Maybe I just let him in real quick. Hold on.
The cats are demanding. Do you understand the cats own the internet? They are the gods of the internet. They are.
Now something you don't want to be.
Oh my god! Wait, I was gonna say we can get a cat as our like calming moment.
Oh,
I'm so glad I can see this in the resolution that I can see this in.
Yay!
He is adorable.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
I can.
This is incredible.
Buddy, keep purring. Do you understand? We've been talking about Colleen Ballinger for an hour and a half.
We just need
Buddy,
cats.
Keep purring.
We just need kitties. Come here.
Oh my god, Lionel, how old are you? Oh my god, next
He's
week
like
we're gonna
8.
interview Lionel.
He's like
He's
8.
8 years old.
Is he 8? I got him the year Trump was elected. Does that mean he's like
Oh.
8? Jesus, dude! Fucking rip my brand ass, new ass, button up
he?
shirt? No, but he definitely put a few little holes in it.
Oh.
And maybe a few little holes in me. Gotta trim his fucking nails, apparently. Jesus Christ.
I gotta trim May's nails. I gotta trim my cat's nails. She's a little pokey little.
Is your cat good
sharp
about
thing.
that? Is your cat good about letting?
No, she doesn't
you
know she
trim?
has claws.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that she doesn't know how her claws work
Yeah.
at all.
Well, she's still young, or isn't she like 1 or 2?
Yeah, she's a year and a half.
Aw.
Yeah,
My cat
she's
should
so
know better.
young.
My cat should know better. He's just an asshole. I love this cat. This is like my cat, you know.
We could say
but-
cats are like knowingly assholes, but like we love them.
We love them. We love them, but they're fucking dicks.
Yeah.
Actually, they fucking cut my stomach a little bit. Fucking
Oh, they
wiener.
get those kickoffs, those back
Yeah,
kickoffs against
they
your
gotta
stomach,
launch
and then they
off
cut
you.
Yeah.
And then it just like fucking
Oh,
tears your
dickwad.
stomach up. Fucking dick. Oh my god. I felt like such an asshole when I first got my first cat, Tiger. I took him to the vet because I just found him on the street. And I was like, you're my cat now.
Yeah.
It was a tiny little kitten. Definitely like a street
Ooh,
cat.
baby cat.
A little baby cat, like 3 months
yeah.
old. And we were like, oh, you know, we got to get him shots and everything. Like, so what do we do? How do we do this and that? Where do we go to like get him declawed? And because I thought that was just like a normal thing.
I did too when I first
And
owned
you know,
cats.
and when the vet like gave me a look like, you're a monster, I was like, hold on, what does that look? And she's like, well, we normally don't recommend you declaw a cat. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
is it like it stress them out? And like, well, it's kind of like cutting off the tips of their fucking fingers. I was like, excuse me? I thought they just like
wouldn't
trimmed
know.
it. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was like they trimmed it and
Yeah.
maybe put like a little like liquid on there that like there was just like, you don't grow anymore.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess that's still, like, fucked up because, like, they need that shit to climb and stuff. And now that I'm a cat owner, I could never dream of
We know
declawing a
more,
cat.
yeah.
But I thought it was a normal fucking thing to just have soft pawed kitties.
Yeah.
It's fucking not.
It's not. Yeah.
Don't ever get your cat declawed.
My
It's like
first cat
literally
came
they
to us
lose their
declawed.
fucking top knuckles. What was that?
Yeah. My first cat that I ever owned, we rescued her and she came to us declawed.
Oh, so sad.
So
I mean,
I
I'm not saying
know.
don't not adopt a declawed cat. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
if you have the choice to do it or not, do not do it.
Do not do it. Yeah, don't declaw your cats. Literally taking their fingies off of them. Like
It's
it's literally,
so
it's. I think
gross.
it's. I think people like say it's literally like taking your first knuckle off of your finger. Like
well,
it's like.
wouldn't the
literally
first
that.
knuckle be this top knuckle? Wait, first from
Where's your
here?
knuckle? Oh,
or
sorry.
first from
Yeah, you're
here?
right. I'm sorry. Yeah, the like the first like you know how you have like bend. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
all
taking
know
off
how
that first
fingers
bend.
work, right?
You all know
all
how
you
fingies
listeners, you
work.
know how fingers like just look down at your hands.
Just
And those
look
things
here.
at the end of your hands that like wiggle.
Yeah.
That's them's your fingies.
Are we padding because we don't know how to end the video?
We don't need a pad. We are way past 10 minutes.
Oh, you're right. We're past 10 minutes. We didn't have to. Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. Oh, we're back.
Do I end the podcast?
Do I end the podcast?
One more thing to
Oh,
say.
hold on, wait,
Fuck you, everyone. I'm right.
no, fuck you, Colleen Ballinger.
We like didn't even talk about Twitch. Did we even talk about Twitch?